Does it bother you to have to schedule sex?
Yes.
Yeah, me too. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Oh, he's climbing on me. Okay, thanks bud. Thanks. Welcome to my channel. My name is Sarah and this is my husband Anthony and my dog Coda. So today we are doing a Q&A. From my husband's perspective mostly. I might chime in here and there, but you guys asked some questions for him on Instagram and a lot of them were pretty juicy. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start answering some of these questions. I thought it might be interesting because the male perspective of infertility isn't really talked about quite as often, and I thought that maybe this might help somebody. So I'm glad that he was willing to do this. Thanks, hon. Okay, the first question somebody asked, which I thought was cute, is how are you? How are you?
I don't know, that's such a tough one to answer just because, like, overall life, I'm fine. But to deal with the stress and things that come with fertility treatments or just overall fertility problems, definitely takes a toll on you, especially when your significant other is going through so much emotions. It takes a toll on your emotions as well. So,
That's
but
fair.
overall, I'm fine.
I'm glad you're fine. So next, how do you feel when there is a negative test and you're hoping for a positive?
I don't know. Most of the time, she'll take a test without even letting me know that she took the test.
Yeah.
So I don't really. She doesn't tell me every time there's a negative. So.
The only time I tell him is if I'm like really, really disappointed because I thought I was pregnant and it was a negative test.
Yeah, or like the last couple times it was like positive and then all of a sudden it turns negative or whatever. She told me about those. So like when she does tell me about it, it does upset me a little bit, but like I know that overall it's gonna happen on God's time, so there's no controlling it. You know, if we do fertility treatments and stuff like that, I still feel like it's going to happen when God wants it to happen. So when she says that it's a negative test, I perceive it as, okay, then that means God doesn't think that, you know, it's the right time yet.
Yeah. And then also I was just going to say that, like, if I told you beforehand, like, oh, I'm going to go take a pregnancy test, and then you were, like, had the anticipation for it, that might be harder versus, like, you not knowing and me just saying, oh, I had a negative test, you know?
Yeah, but that doesn't happen very often.
Yeah, well, I don't do that for that reason, because, oopsies. But anyways, so next, do you think it's as difficult for you as it is for me?
No. I don't think it's as difficult for me as it is for her, because she's been wanting this for so long that when this stuff doesn't happen for her, it really takes a toll on her. And me, I'm more of like, it's gonna happen when, you know, God wants it to happen. And so when we're having problems like this, it does not really take a toll on me. But that's not saying that, like, when we really start pushing for fertility treatments and we determine that if it's my fault, that might be a big toll on me. So, but as of right now, no.
Okay, I really like this question because I never thought about it. Does seeing parents or pregnant women make men feel sad too? Like, from my perspective, seeing a pregnant woman or like babies post on Instagram, sometimes that's hard for me to see. Not all the time, but sometimes.
Well, I would say yeah, especially if you put yourself out there to see that kind of stuff. Like, I don't just go on like YouTube or, yeah, I don't have an Instagram, but you know, I wouldn't put myself in a position to see that kind of stuff, especially if you're going through such a hard time with it.
What about like in public? Like when you see...
Well, yeah, when I do see things in public, like like last week, there was a gentleman walking through Walmart with his son, and he was holding the cart, and he can barely reach. But to me, that was like, oh man, I can't wait for that day to come for us. But it's not something that I see all the time, so I would say that it's not super hard for me. But if I did see it all the time, then it would take a toll on me.
That makes sense. This is where it starts to get juicy. So,
when sex becomes a chore or a job, it ruins it.
Yeah.
Sex is supposed to be something very intimate with your person, or, it's supposed to be, making love, and, you're not supposed to be, like, worried, is this going to be the time that it's going to finally happen, or anything like that. During it, it just really takes away from the excitement and, the feeling of it. So I would definitely say that it does affect it.
And that I want to comment on too, because that applies to myself as well. I think a lot of women struggle with that too, because all around, sex is a lot more fun when you're not having to schedule it out, and thinking about making a baby when you're having sex isn't really that fun. That kind of goes into the next question that I like is, do you have any tips on keeping sex from becoming a chore when you're trying to have a baby?
Nope. No, when you're trying to have a baby, it just does. It's not something that you can really keep from becoming that, because your doctors give you a schedule to follow, based off of your ovulation and stuff. It definitely is not something that you can control.
I have my own opinion on that a little bit, because I think that for the first year, I've mentioned a few times, the first year we were more intentional about trying to conceive. The second year we were a lot more relaxed. We weren't really, what? You're laughing at my hands? Oh. The second year we were a lot more relaxed. We weren't super focused on it. But now that we were going into fertility treatments and we kind of realized we wanted to buckle down more, trying to figure out how to do that without scheduling sex is really hard, because you have to time it right. And especially when it's like me, I have very irregular cycles, and that makes it even more difficult because I don't have as many opportunities as most women do to get pregnant each year. The way that I've been trying to think about this a lot going into us starting fertility treatments over the next few months, how I want to approach things so that it doesn't turn into just a chore and become difficult, is that I just want to make sure that when we're not fertile, we're also still participating in our regular activity. How involved do you like to be in planning and infertility details?
Not.
And I feel like that ties into the last two questions as well. It makes it more of a chore when you are involved, right? Because then
So in our relationship, I have to be the strong one most of the time. So when...
That's a mean thing to just say
for
the world to hear.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. What were you going to say?
So that when... Because if we're both on the same page of knowing everything that's going on, then it's a lot harder for me to stay strong, because then I know everything that you're going through. So then we're both emotional. So then it's hard for me to be able to be the strong one in the relationship.
Well, I guess that makes sense. I thought you were just saying, because it makes sense that I would be the one struggling more emotionally if it's all on my shoulders. Thank you guys for watching this video. It was pretty quick, but if you have any other questions, maybe we'll do a part 2. So... If you have any other questions, just comment them below, and maybe we'll get him to do a part 2 with me. He's not the biggest fan of filming, but maybe I can convince him. What do you think?
Lots more sex.
What?
What?
Sex questions, you mean?
No.
I'm not putting that in there.
What? You can't just edit everything out. I'm Anthony. She's Sarah. And we're signing off.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
What was that?
Comment your experience. If you had your husband watch this, then let me know. I'm definitely curious to see what he had to think in comparison to my husband's opinion.
Yeah.
Anyways, don't forget to subscribe. I'm actually doing my baseline ultrasound on Monday. I am really, really excited. Oh yeah, it's tomorrow. Oh my gosh. Yes, so I'm doing my baseline ultrasound tomorrow, which is insane.
I have to work, so I won't be there.
Yeah, that kind of sucks. I don't like going to the doctors by myself. But, hello, do you want to say goodbye? Come here. Come here. Come and say goodbye. Oh, man. Say goodbye. Oh, I love him so much. Thank you, Baba. Anyways, so yes, subscribe if you want to see my baseline ultrasound. We'll be doing fertility treatments soon. We'll get answers as to what's going on with my reproductive system. And I'm pretty excited about it. So, bye. Bye.
My name's Anthony. I'm a human male. If you are hearing this, we are on Earth. Come and visit us.
What if their body